What you doing, Bryan?
You need a hand over there?
we got
your little spot right there.
We actually have to sweep this part. There's a little bit of,
Come on.
Got a little something right there.
Got a little Maxey up out of here. A little Embiid up out of here. Got a little Nurse up out of here.
Maxey Nurse.
We have to clean up.
Kelly Oubre Jr.
The brooms are here. Bryan is sweeping around the studio because the Knicks has got their first sweep in a series since 1999. Bryan didn't see it. I seen it. Jarod saw it.
I saw it. I don't remember it.
You don't remember. You didn't see shit. You didn't see nothing. He didn't know.
I was mad little.
He's little. We didn't give him a pass. The Knicks get the huge victory over the Sixers in Game 4. They get the sweep. And, man, we all watched it together during the watch party. What an impressive display this was for the Knicks. What an impressive series. The broom will come back up. I'm just going to put it down for now. What an impressive series this was for the Knicks. To get a Mother's Day sweep, Mother's Day massacre, some of you guys were calling it.
That's what it'll call, yeah.
This was just so impressive all the way around, but particularly for me for this game, and, we'll get into all the stats and everything, the way the Knicks moved the ball, the way they defended with purpose, the way they came out, didn't play with their food. That just impressed me. They did not play with their food at all in this series, and the Sixers were food.
Food, I
tell you. What impressed you the most, Jarod?
Again, it is their collective mindset and the level of basketball they're playing right now on both ends of the court, offensively and connected. They are connected, right? They are on a string. Mm-hmm. They trust one another. They believe in one another. As we all know, winning cures all that ails you, right? Right before the end of the regular season, a lot of y'all were complaining about body language and this, that, and the third. Now you're saying something totally different. Forget about before the end of the regular season. 2 weeks ago when it was 2-1 down to the Hawks, you were ready to jump ship and say Mike Brown got to get fired. It's
true.
It's this team, the closeout game against the Hawks, the closeout game against the 76ers. They came with a purpose, and they said, this is the level we are playing at to their opponent. Can you match us? The Hawks could not match them, and the 76ers could not match them.
They could not.
Yeah, I mean, it was overwhelming, honestly. Because I'm like, the game started, and it's like, yo, we just saw this last week. Are they really just going to do this again?
Yep. They did.
And Philly folded, very, very early on, it looked like. And even coming out, we knew it was really over in the first quarter, but you knew it was, over when we come out of halftime. The very first play of the game, Cat gets the ball at the top of the key because it's been working all series, and frankly, it was working in the Hawks series too, toward the end, if you all remember. And Mikal Bridges cuts. Kelly Oubre is puttering behind him, not really. What was the word that we used? Not really giving just sort of a full speed level of defense there. And it's just an easy layup at the rim. He just finds Mikal Bridges, and Nick Nurse is apoplectic on the sideline. He's just like, yo, we spent all halftime going over what we need to do to come back into this game. And the very first play.
Nope.
Very first play. Just get the ball to Cat, high post, screen, Mikal Bridges down, touchdown pass. And Kelly Oubre is just not even active hands, nothing.
That's what it was. You knew it was a wrap right there.
Knew it was over.
You knew it was a wrap right there.
And to be fair, also, even if the 76ers had a more requisite effort to try to match the Knicks and they were executing better, the Knicks just shot lights out. So I don't think it would even matter. The final score might have been closer, but if the Knicks shoot the same exact way, they're still winning. But they shot lights out from three.
Yeah. They turned the lights out on the Sixers. Here's what we're going to do. We just got here. We're going to take a quick break. We are going to hear from Mike Brown. He is at the podium talking to the media. Let's hear what Mike Brown had to say after the Mother's Day massacre in Philadelphia.
My staff has been unbelievable from top to bottom. They've been really, really, really good in our preparation and making sure guys understand what we need to do so that they can stay focused on the details at hand. Offensively, we were great on the glass, 15 offensive rebounds for 18 second chance points. We got out in transition. We had 20 fast break points. We did what we do. We had 17 sprays. And obviously if our guys were in, maybe those go up. I don't know, but we were really good in those areas in terms of sharing the basketball as well, playing off of 2 feet, 33 assists on 49 baskets, unbelievable. And our sprays were tremendous, but the spacing part is what made them really good. We spaced the floor very good, and when they committed to the ball, and/or we touched the paint and they collapsed, and their defense collapsed, we did a great job of finding the open man and making one more pass without panicking. And guys stepped in and knocked shots down. 25 threes on 44 attempts. If I'm seeing that right, it's unbelievable. It's great basketball. But with the group that I have in that locker room, they're more than capable of doing something like that. We talk about keeping those guys out of transition. We did a better job in the second half of that. Did a good job of keeping them off the offensive glass. They got to the free throw line, but we were able to take care of some other areas to help combat the 28 free throws. And then again, it comes down to just a total team effort. Obviously, all of our guys, start with Jalen and Cat, were really good, but Deuce is unbelievable. His ability to stretch the floor and create space for others is second to none. He's got a confidence about him, a belief in himself that just makes us take another level on both ends of the floor. Josh, you talk about a workman's mindset, a connector. He's one of the best connectors I've ever been around. He's up there with Andre Iguodala, in my opinion. Those are two of the best I've ever been around. And, when he does what he does out there, it just makes the game so much easier for everybody else. Mikal's shows why he's one of the best two-way players in the league. He's been phenomenal on both ends of the floor. And then our bench. We've gotten lifts from our bench at different times. Mitch has been fantastic. JC has been fantastic. Jose has been fantastic. Landry Shamet has been fantastic. All those guys have had big moments for us throughout the course of these playoffs so far. And for us, that's something that we've wanted to establish during the course of the season for moments like these. So, I applaud all of our guys because they're trying to play basketball the right way, and I will applaud my staff as well. So,
you mentioned spacing with the three-point shooting. I mean, was that the biggest factor? Was it, just execution? Was it the looks? What? I mean, I think you guys tied the record for most in a playoff game. So, what allowed you to have such a great three-point shooting game?
If I had to say one thing, it's the spacing. Those guys are so quick. They're so athletic. They do a great job of going to take the basketball if you're not paying attention, great in the passing lane. And so if you're not spaced the right way, you're not going to get great looks because they're just too quick and too athletic. From there you could talk about touching the paint and some other things, taking care of the ball. But if there's one thing that that I would hang my hat on when it comes to having an opportunity to get up threes against that team, is your spacing has to be right.
Mike, how much did you know about how crazy the Knicks fan base was before you took this job? What was your, experience with them? And then how much have you grown to either respect or learn about the lengths this fan base will go to support their team?
I obviously didn't know how well they travel and stuff like that. But, when you're, because I was out of coaching, so I watched you guys every once in a while. When I say you guys, I watched ESPN and all that other stuff during basketball times, and they'd show videos of fans after a first round win climbing light poles and crap like that, in New York. And so I'm like, wow, you love it. You love seeing stuff like that, And so I got a lot of respect for you Knicks fans. I'm gonna applaud them too. Let's go Knicks. Great job. But I got a lot of respect for them, and the more you obviously you're around, that's the more you appreciate and understand why they are like that. But more than anything else, they're knowledgeable. It's a knowledgeable group or knowledgeable fan base, and you respect that just as much as their passion shows.
Mike, you mentioned Deuce and kind of that belief he has in himself.
Yeah.
And it really does seem like he could go 0 for 12, and the 13th is going up just as quickly as the first, right?
He don't care.
You've now been around him for a
Yeah.
year. He's this very soft-spoken guy in a lot of ways. But, like, where do you feel like that comes from within him?
Hey, it's Mother's Day. It comes from his mom. Get that correct. It comes from his mom. He's just tough. He's just tough-minded. He's a football player, He, in order to have a chance in life and anything you do, you have to have a short memory, and he definitely has a short memory.
Mike, Cat had 10 assists in 20 minutes. When you made the decision to make him more of a passer and facilitator, you've been around the league long enough to understand that if that went sideways, you were going to take a lot of heat for that, given his status or stature in the league. What gave you the courage of your convictions to make a move of that magnitude in the middle of a playoff series?
I mean, we made a lot of moves throughout the course of the year and throughout the course of the playoffs, and you just keep trying to do what's best for the team. I don't care what team I'm with when you're talking about being in the NBA. Even if you do stuff right, you're going to get criticized. So you just embrace whatever's out there, and you keep trying to do what's best for the team. And at the end of the day, if it doesn't work out, the one thing I know I can do is I can go look in the mirror and say, hey, I tried to do the best I could for this group, regardless of anything else. I tried to do the best I could, and that's what keeps me going. But I've said this before. I've been around Hall of Fame coaches in Steve Kerr and Greg Popovich, work for them both, and I've heard both of those guys get criticized. And so if those guys can get criticized or thrown to the wolves at times, you best believe I can. I ain't got nothing right now that could touch them.
We'll do a couple more. You mentioned when you were talking about the game that just the level of focus that you saw from the group. I'm just wondering, have you seen that? Has that been elevated over the last few games as you guys have had this success? Has it been higher than previously, maybe?
It's definitely been elevated in the playoffs. Our guys, they've tried to take it to another level with their focus on the details and their energy and effort level. And that's a lot of the reason why we're playing pretty good basketball. As when you talk about the elite and the great in any business, I don't care what business you're in, there's one word that stands out. It's the word consistency. The elite do it every freaking play, even if it gets boring or monotonous, and that's what we have to figure out to see if we can do. If we can do it every play, then we have a chance to be elite.
Mike, obviously, you're going to reap a lot of benefits from having these next 6, 7, 8 days, however long you're going to have off, and you probably won't trade those in. But when you have a team playing at this kind of level, is there a part of you that almost wishes you could go out and play again tomorrow just because you're playing so well?
Definitely not tomorrow. What is today? Maybe Wednesday. No, you like the rhythm that you're in, but like I just said, if we expect to be who we think we're capable of being, we'll find a way to stay consistent with what we're doing, whether it's the energy level, the effort level, or embracing / focusing on the details that we have to be able to understand in order to go out and get a win.
Mike, you've been on the bench for Popovich's teams, the teams in Golden State.
Yeah.
This team just, I think they said, set a record for the biggest point differential per game over 2 rounds. Just kind of, how do you compare what you're seeing here to what you've seen on great teams before?
A lot of people have asked me, I kind of alluded to this in the pregame presser. A lot of teams have asked me, when I was a head coach in Cleveland, we went to the finals and obviously lost. I was assistant in San Antonio, went to the finals and won. I was assistant in Golden State, went there a few times and won a couple. And a lot of people ask me, what's the secret sauce with all of these different teams? And they're different teams, different coaches, even different eras when you're talking about the Spurs championship and when I was a head coach in Cleveland and we went to the finals. But I tried really hard to think about what's similar, and it's the contract that we signed. It's our standard. All those teams sacrificed, and it was true. All those teams were connected. All those teams had a competitive spirit, and all those teams believed in the process and each other throughout the course of the year while holding each other accountable. I can't be the only one that holds each other accountable because I need to be held accountable sometimes. So we all have to do it to each other. And if you try to do it and you're true to it, you try to do it at the highest level, you can get some pretty good results from it. And so that's what I would say that is similar is, those things. And then from there, do we have some similar players, maybe here and maybe there, or some of the schemes similar, maybe here, maybe there. But at the end of the day, it's what our standard is and what our guys believe in.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
We heard from head coach Mike Brown there after the game. Listen, this is a coach who sounds very comfortable with what he's doing.
Yeah.
He was asked a good question about the criticism.
Mm-hmm.
And, and particularly he was asked, I think it was Ian O'Connor asked him, it was particularly about when he made the move to run the offense through Cat, knowing that if it didn't work, he was going to be criticized. But look, that's always the job. And then he talked about he's seen Hall of Fame coaches. He coached under Greg Popovich, Steve Kerr. They're criticized. So he's right. Like, why wouldn't I? Mike Brown, and Jarod and somebody talk about this all the time, probably more than anybody. I don't like coaches scared, right? Don't be scared. Coach. You coach to win the game. Like you play to win the game. Shout out to Herm Edwards. This is what you do. You coach to win the game. The way he's coached, the way he's made adjustments, the way he's empowered players throughout the season, the way he's used his lineups. I've been saying it all year long. The stuff matters now. That's why Landry Shamet can come and do what he did the last couple games when he was out the rotation.
Right.
That's why Jose Alvarado can do what he did in the first round when he was out the rotation. Because the guys stay ready because they believe in the process. That all happens during the season.
Yep.
All that stuff happens during the season. It's not accident this happened. This is not by accident. Kudos to those dudes. But that stuff happened because of the process during the season when all the Knicks fans were mad. When they were mad after Game 3 against Atlanta. And they were ready to get Mike Brown out of here. There's a lot of people who were doing that.
Yeah. That was a week and a half ago, basically.
Yeah.
Like
it was all bad just a week ago.
Yeah.
And now it's not.
Or 2 weeks ago, I guess.
Things can change very quickly, but if you stick to the process and players believe, somebody has to be leading the ship that says to people, oh, things got tight, we lost a couple one-point games, we're going to be all right. We're going to be okay. We're going to stick to it. He shows that confidence. I haven't seen any panic in Mike Brown. And he shouldn't. Well, for what?
Yeah. He's a great coach. Look, coaching is, as much as fans like to think that coaching is just about X's and O's and what you're drawing up out of timeout, that's like, I don't know, 20% of the job.
I agree. I say it all the time.
Yeah.
The rest of it is all the other things. And people think that because they're professional athletes who make these ridiculous salaries, they all just wake up, come to work every day ready to just ball out and do whatever the thing is. That's not how they are. To your point, guys who are yanked out of the rotation, you got to keep them connected to the squad. It's real easy to be like, man, that dude ain't playing me, forget it. Like, it's real easy to go down that path. And shout out to my guy David Thorpe, who talks about this all the time. There are players in the NBA right now who don't even have conversations with their head coaches. Like, they don't even talk to them.
This is true.
What? What do you mean you don't talk? They don't talk, right?
Yep.
So it's clear that Mike Brown has got the pulse of this team. He's got relationships with these guys. He's built them up to a certain way where they know, hey, like Clarkson was, right? He was out of the lineup for a little while, right? Came back in, he's balling again, right? You mentioned Shamet got injured. Like, the only way you can do that is, as if you said, the process is good. He spent the time building the relationships with those guys, right? And now they feel comfortable knowing, hey, my number will get called, right? I'm just going to stay ready. Because, as I told you, we've all seen it. It's real easy to be like, man, forget this. And you're doing your own thing, right?
Yeah.
We've seen it happen all the time in this league. It happens for just about every other team, right? Like, so many teams has happened. So, kudos to Mike Brown. And he's right. Like, you're going to if Pop and Kerr get criticized, you're going to get criticized too.
And listen, he's going to criticize his market. Pat Riley has always talked about it. What's the thing he says? Disease of me.
Yeah.
That happens to a lot of teams, right? This is, I feel like I always bring this up, and I'm sure people are tired of me saying this, and I don't care. Basketball and sports, they are jobs. People are working there. This is not that much different from your job, whatever it is you do. When you work at a job, it is challenging to work with other people. You have all different types of people. You're trying to do something for a common goal. Some people are competent. Sometimes people are incompetent, and you got to try to overcome that. But if you do have good leadership, even at your job, whatever it is that you do, we've worked for good bosses, bad bosses. The good bosses, they're able to bring people together. They're able to, the good leaders of the job, doesn't always have to be a boss. They're able to rise people up, to
galvanize,
believe in what they're doing. Everybody feels like they're part of it, no matter what they're doing, right? And I believe in that so much because that's literally how I try to work in my life, right? Everybody who works on the show, from our production assistant to our social people to our editors to our producers to the technical directors, the lighting, there's a lot of people working on it, and they're all valuable. And everybody that works with me on something is going to feel valuable. That's how I run. And I run things. And I believe that's the way you work. Collaboration is a word we heard a lot with the Knicks. That's the reason the Knicks are playing the way they are right now. Because they embrace the collaborative aspect. Everybody thought it was a buzzword last summer that the Knicks were throwing out there. And Mike Brown was saying, well, this is how collaboration looks. It looks a lot different than saying, hey, Bryan, I'm just going to do it my way. And we look at the Knicks starting five today. This is a collaborative effort.
Yeah, man. Look at that. That's beautiful.
Look at these numbers and look at the high minutes they did not have to play. Okay? Cat got himself a little bit of... Cat is so efficient with his minutes. It almost makes me say, this is not going to matter next round. It makes you sometimes say, foul trouble what? That's going to matter. I'm not pointing the foul trouble. Brian's looking at me like, don't do that.
Yeah.
But look at what he did in 20 minutes. And Joel Embiid was perfect for the field at one point in this game, and it didn't matter because, what did you say?
Hollow numbers.
Hollow numbers. We pointed it out during the game. Joel Embiid, if you just look at like the counting stats, you may talk yourself into being like, oh, he had a better game. He barely missed or whatever it was. And it was just very, like, if you watch the game, again, he can't move. Cat was taking advantage of him. Cat was drawing too, passing the cutters. Cat was making passes behind the back of his head.
They were having fun, man.
Like, it was just... They were just in such a rhythm, such a flow state that you haven't seen from this team very often until the playoffs. And for a lot of the reasons you guys said, we talk about them having chemistry. This wasn't something that you just saw throughout the entire season, but a big part of it is because you have to take those bumps. You have to go 2-9 for a stretch. You have to have these miscommunications sometimes because you have to actually work through shit. Like, people think that you're just going to show up, win 65 games, win a title, go 16-2 in the playoffs, face very little adversity. Like, that's not how any of this works.
Nope.
And the Knicks are, and have been really since Boston lost, positioned as the favorites in this conference to the point where we're looking at them like we damn near take this for granted. So I don't want people to do that because there was a road to get here. Like, there was a road to sort of overcoming the things that they went through and all the rumors about, like, this person doesn't like who, and this player, you know, has a issue with Mike Brown because of this, and like all that shit that will come up little by little throughout the year. And really, what it boils down to is the team is clicking now. And what we've always said, Dex, throughout the year, and Jarod, I'm sure you would agree with this, it has to come from defense first. Because when the defense is not on the string, and when the defense is sort of like you're allowing these corner threes, you're allowing these cutters and all these different ways that like Detroit beat you up during the regular season and, you know, guys will out-execute you down the stretch. You're seeing a lot less of that now. Now, it's been Atlanta and Philly. They're going to get tested next round in a different way, and we'll talk about that more throughout the week once we find out who the hell they're playing because the series came and went so fast. But ultimately, their defense is really setting the floor. They are in the Eastern Conference right now, and this is without a doubt, the best in terms of offense and defensive ceiling and floor right now. Like, they have the best combination of it. You know, Cleveland's very, very good at offense. You know, Detroit's very good at defense. And the Knicks can do both at a high level, and that's why they're here. But it took a while to get here. So appreciate what you're watching because a lot of people didn't see it coming. And we all thought they were going to win this series. Some of you said sweep. So I'm going to give you guys credit. We're going to take comments and things like that in the chat. I saw East Blue Drew said it was his birthday. So happy birthday to East Blue Drew.
Happy birthday,
one of our favorites in the chat who comes routinely. But yeah, this is great Knicks basketball, and it's damn near startling because I didn't think that they were gonna like just make Philly look this bad. for basically 4 straight games, or really 3 of them. And Philly, they just looked like they wanted to quit, like after a certain period of time in this series.
The defense is where you can tell if a team is connected or not.
100%.
Offense is not where you tell if a team's connected or not, because you have individual shot makers who can just do whatever, right? Jalen Brunson can go off, Cat can go off. That doesn't tell you anything. Defense is how you know if a team's connected. Why? Because it shows you who is willing to make the extra move and rotate and cover his man, right? That shows a team that is united, right? And they were incredible this whole series. I remember they were good in the Atlanta series too, even though they went down 2-1, right? So they are communicating. They're locked in. Brunson said it at the end of last game where he was like, shots are not going to fall sometimes they will. But if we're not guarding, that doesn't, right? None of that stuff matters.
Right.
So you're getting stops, and now we can turn it up in transition, spray it out. I'm not using Mike Browse, right? Spray it to other guys out in the corners, right? Like, and they were great tonight, going from good to great to elite for shots, right? Wide open corner threes. So listen, Knicks fans, be ecstatic. Remember where you were 5 seasons ago. Right? Like
7 seasons ago.
Well, basically because the last 5 years you made the playoffs 4 out of the last 5 years.
Right.
You won 50 games, the last 3 straight seasons. Like,
remember the Alonzo Trier versus
Correct.
Damian Dotson debates?
You guys were terrible 5 seasons ago. Now you are at a stage where it's like, hey man, we're doing it. 50 plus wins every year, going to the playoffs, conference finals. This is what you want to be as an organization.
Yeah. You just saw that on the screen. The last time the Knicks swept, this is the first time they swept a 7-game series since the 1999 conference semifinals versus Atlanta. They did sweep 2000 opening round versus Toronto.
Best of 5 days.
That's a 5-game series.
Remember those? You want to go back to best of 5 in the first round?
No.
No, okay. I used to. I used to kind of. Now I've kind of come off of that.
Yeah.
I used to have that thought, and I've kind of come off. That
we
thought.
got 2. Like if we did that, we wouldn't have had 2 teams coming back from 3-1 in the first round.
What I like about that is that the chance for upsets are really high, right? Because you go down 0-2 and it's like it's a wrap.
It is, but the thing I think now, and it's funny, I think it actually matters so much more now, is that the league is just so much more balanced. And it's almost why you need the 7 more.
Right, yeah.
And I think you're still going to get the upsets.
And because guys get hurt, too.
Mm-hmm.
But to your point, we still do get upsets occasionally.
Because the league is more balanced.
Philly got here on a massive upset. Now, they didn't do anything afterward, as we just saw, but they got here on a big upset. Like, they beat the Boston Celtics, and it's funny, the Knicks made it, so easy against them. They made it look so easy. It's like, if Boston wasn't just so in love with their own 3-point shooting, and just basically smelling their own shit the entire last 3 games of the series, then maybe they would have advanced and gone to the next round. But the Knicks are like, oh, this is how you actually attack this defense. Like, Boston did not make Joel Embiid work that hard because they were settling for threes, and he was just able to live on the floor. He had really good games against them down the stretch.
Because to your point, they did not do what the Knicks did, which was, hey man, let's get Embiid in this pick and roll here. Bring him up.
You see it every action, damn near. You're seeing, where's Embiid? Where's Embiid? Because they know he can't move.
And
this is a former Defensive Player of the Year contender.
And they adjusted their game plan when Embiid wasn't on the floor in Game 2, and you saw the versatility. Is the word I'm going to use the Knicks offense. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We're going to get to your comments and questions in a little bit. I see all of you guys out there. Shout out to East Blue Drew. Shout out to Rasta in the city. Rasta, I don't know if you missed it. We did have the brooms out. The brooms will be coming back out for you, my friends. But we're going to hear from a guy who I thought played an extremely efficient game.
Got some nice ice on there,
in limited time, and he's got some ice here. That's Karl-Anthony Towns. Let's see what he has to say. He's
Neon
at the
Yankee
podium
jacket?
right now.
Yeah.
Beat a great team like Boston last year. Obviously, we were very excited. And this year, we just have another year with each other, and we I don't know. I think it's just us being very locked into the moment and understanding that there's a lot more work to do. And as soon as you start relaxing is when you lose in the playoffs. So it's great to see our guys kind of hungry for the next challenge.
They just said you guys are through 2 rounds, the largest point differential per game in history since the league went to 16 playoff teams. Just kind of, you've been on teams that have gone to the conference finals now a bunch of times. Just kind of what you see in this team compared to teams you've been on. Is there something you see here developing?
I think it's what Vince said. I think it's really great to see our team in this mindset, the feeling that we got a lot more work to do, and to see us not really relaxing, but just in a way we look at these next days as a day for us to realign ourselves and get ready for the next challenge. I think it speaks volumes about this team, where we're at mentally, where we understand collectively that the job's not done, and we have to get our bodies freshened up so we could be ready for the next series.
Kat, first of all, congratulations on winning the series. As you prepare for the next, I guess, opponent, how do you kind of prepare for that when you don't even know who it is?
I mean, at the end of the day, we got to work on ourselves first. We got to be the best version of ourselves first and foremost. So, we'll take these days. We'll take tomorrow to, heal our bodies, heal our minds, especially myself, especially the mind part mentally, and get back to work. Get back to work on us, on everyone in that locker room, and on our game plan and our offensive execution, our defensive execution, and continue to find ways that we could get better. So when we start the next series, we're at our best version of the year.
Sorry, I'm a little rough. I had to run from the locker room before you were done. There was a play in the first half where Deuce set a screen for you near half court. You get downhill, dump the ball off to Mitch, easy two. There were times this season where you and Mitch weren't on the court as often. Just how has that relationship on the court grown into what you guys were able to do on that play specifically?
Yeah, I think it's been great to have more time with him on the court, be able to understand ways to help him succeed on the court, and that comes with just chemistry, just time on the court, time playing with each other. And throughout the year, we've had those moments, and last year where we were able to build that chemistry, and it paid dividends when we were able to be on the court together this playoff. So it's great where you can see that improvement actually happening, and see the fruits of our labor.
Great. Thank you, everyone.
Yep. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you,
All right, there we go. Cat in the mustard jacket. We hear from him there, the mustard Yankees jacket.
That jacket was nasty, bro.
Yeah.
But Cat's been great. Cat's
Cat.
having the best playoffs.
Shouts to Cat, man.
Yeah, Cat's been great. He's just confident. I think he's confident in, I think this happens to anybody in life. It can happen in life. It can happen in work. There comes a time in when you're doing what you do with a certain job, you become confident in who you are, what you're doing. You don't need your supervisor to maybe tell you to do this because you know how to get things done. You know the connection between what you're doing and how you're creating. If you're in the creative space, you understand your audience. Players are the same way too. They can get comfortable in a situation. They can go through the processes. People laughed when we got close to the trade deadline. It was like, oh, well, there were I forgot who had the report on that. I think it was Shams Charania that was like, oh, Cat was bothered by some of the Giannis talk. Yeah, who wouldn't be?
Right, yeah, exactly.
If somebody told me I was going to move this show and go do it in Milwaukee, I'd be bothered too. Right?
No disrespect to Milwaukee.
No.
You think I'm going to find good,
No, I already know. Nope. The answer is no.
The answer is no.
I already know.
Say after that. It really didn't matter what
yep, the answer is no.
The answer is no.
I know
you don't
think they got tostones in Milwaukee, right?
No, sir.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you got to dig real hard in places you might not feel comfortable digging.
I mean, look. Anthony Pettis told me we got Latinos in Milwaukee, but
I'm sure.
I don't know.
I'm sure.
That don't mean you got good tostones.
It ain't gonna be like here. I'll tell you that.
I know I'm not finding a
born
good
and
roti
raised
in
in
Milwaukee.
Oh,
I'll tell you
definitely
that.
ain't finding that.
Yeah, so
You could have picked a different city.
Yeah.
But it landed the point.
But it landed the point,
Yeah,
and the point
yeah.
is people are human, and there are feelings, and there are all these things around teams, as you were saying before, Jarod.
That's a poll right there. Do you think
that
Milwaukee has
matters.
good tostones or not?
That should be 100% no, is what it should be.
Or you're gonna find some random abuela come out and be like, "I live in Milwaukee," and
Maybe. Listen,
right? I bet it might be one spot, or she might make them like
somebody who probably moved from Chicago. You know what I'm saying?
Or
Got a
New
little
York,
spot.
or
They got a little spot in the city, not too far from the arena. You know what I mean?
It feels like too much work to find it.
I mean, yeah, you
That's
probably,
a New Yorker in me
you probably gotta
talking.
work. You
Some
got
frijoles negros. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, listen, man. Listen. To go back to
Making me
what
hungry
you were
now.
saying, and with Cat, and everything we heard from Cat, Knicks fans, I'm saying this to the young Knicks fans out there.
Yeah.
You should not take this for granted.
No.
Like Bryan said.
Yeah, because the older Knicks fans will tell you.
You should not take this for granted. When you look at the numbers in this game, and the Knicks did, and we saw the starting five, and we saw the numbers they put up, and the fact that they had 33 assists for the 49 made baskets. They shot lights out from three.
That's winning ball, man.
They defended well. I know this is a game where Philly shot 50% from the floor, but 23% from three. And what's one of the problems the Knicks had early in the season? Defending the three-point line. Yeah. The Knicks have adjusted things with the defense. They've grown as a team. They are so much a different team than they were in January and February. And dare I even say back to March. They were a different team than when they won the Cup. The Knicks are trying to become the first team to get the double in the NBA.
I love it.
Win the Cup and win the title. They're trying to do that. And that would be pretty dope for the Knicks fan, right? Also, it would be dope for people who try to delegitimize the NBA Cup. But I think
the Cup matters.
Would you then hang the banner for the Cup?
Damn right.
We should hang the Cup banner anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't understand this whole, like, oh, the Cup doesn't matter. Yo, LeBron went all out to win that in season 1. It matters.
Because he knew it was the last thing he was going to win.
Oh, my God.
I mean, he ain't wrong. He ain't wrong.
I'm just saying.
He ain't wrong.
It's likely going to be that. The last thing that he's going to win.
100% the last thing he's going to win.
And he was the first person to do it. And you know what? He's part of history. He was
Correct.
the first
Yep.
star you didn't think about winning the Cup. Giannis didn't want it. The Knicks can now be the first team to win the double. There should be pride in that. I had no problem in hanging up the cut. We are all, now you, Bryan, has been indoctrinated into being a European soccer fan.
Correct.
And
I was an international soccer fan already, but European now, yeah.
There's nothing I want more when I root for Liverpool. I know it's the same for you every year. Win the league, win Champions League. And these are teams of our standards. Bryan's team can't say that yet. But
although we might
win. We
might get Champions League this year. We're
But
fifth in La Liga
when
right
you start
now.
competing for that, that's the goal.
Man.
Right.
And the goal is you have 2 trophies. Anything else after that is kind of gravy. When you have a certain standard, that's what it is. But even if you're not a team with that standard, and this is what I'll say for a lesser, you're the Charlotte Hornets. Do you want to try to win the Cup next year? Absolutely, you should.
Yeah.
Not to derail it. The point being, overall, Knicks fans should be happy with what they're seeing here.
Yeah.
And they should have been really happy about a player I'm going to single out here. That was the player of the game. That was Deuce McBride.
Yep. Yeah, he's great.
Yep. He set the tone.
Deuce McBride set the tone tonight. He was tremendous.
That
25
plus 33.
points, 7 of 10. Only took 1 non-3. Plus 33.
When you're feeling it from 3, you got to just, you know.
God, was he feeling
And
it.
I knew it. Remember that in the first quarter when he did that stuff? I was like, oh, he's feeling it. And he already made one before that. And it was the second one. I was like, oh, forget it. He's on one tonight.
And I felt good about him coming to this game, Jarod.
Yeah, he was on one
now,
tonight.
not this good. But I thought he hit some threes in this game because I thought the last game he got a lot of good looks and just missed them. And I was like, I see Deuce bouncing back. But boy, did he bounce back in a major way. Here's another example.
Yeah.
You want to talk about you ain't got to get ready if you stay ready? Well, this guy came in the starting lineup for OG Anunoby and has been a plus on defense as we expect. He's now hitting open shots. OG was shooting great before he went out. This is another example of that. Another example of that.
We weren't sure we were going to see him in the playoffs at one point, too, because of the injury that he had coming in.
And
toward the end of the year.
Through this Knicks run, he is the shining example of Knicks development through this run. Does anybody remember Deuce? We did not think he could be even this. Think about when Deuce first came to this team.
People thought Quentin Grimes was going to be better.
Did you think he could shoot this good like you saw today?
Yeah.
That Jarod is like, oh, yeah, I see he's on one.
And people thought Quentin Grimes was going to be basically that. Like, and then it ended up being Deuce. He was on that, or still is, I guess, on that really, like, the agent got to do better. But on that contract where he's going to get a much bigger one next time around. And I think overall, like, one of the big things we talked about, if you watched during the watch-along, actually, was runs and windows. And this team just has a ton of playoff lumps and experience now. Like, even Cat, who's just been with the team 2 years, comes over from Minnesota where they had a culture, they had a system that they had bought into that really getting Anthony Edwards helped them establish. And they end up getting to the conference finals back-to-back years, and he played a big part of that, as did Rudy Gobert, as did Jaden McDaniels, and all the guys they have up and down the roster, Mike Conley, so on and so forth. But they have an infrastructure there, kind of like the Knicks have developed one over the course of time now, where they've made it to the playoffs now 4 times, and in each time winning at least one series.
Yep.
And then there was a 5th one in 6 years that, first series against the Hawks, but that sort of like got all this started, right?
Yeah.
And since then, it's been a perennial playoff team. They have a ton of playoff experience now together.
Back-to-back conference finals.
Like, you just have to seize the moment when you're there now. Like, this is one of the things we talked about. It's like you just don't know how long these windows are going to last. because injuries happen, because other teams come out of nowhere, which we see all the time, because guys get traded here out of nowhere. You just don't know how the league's going to be. This is just a golden opportunity that this team has to take advantage of. You didn't get to see Boston, and frankly, we thought that they were going to beat Boston anyway, although that would have been, I bet, a more challenging series than this. But you get by Atlanta, you get by Philly, dominate both of them toward the end of the series, and Philly damn near the whole series. And now it's going to be tougher in the Eastern Conference Finals. We'll talk more about that when we actually know who they're going to play, because it's going to be Pistons, Cavs, and I think either series is going to be great. Great for just NBA fans, great for Knicks fans to absorb, great for either Pistons fans or Cavs fans. I think it'll be the Pistons, but we'll see what happens there. But like this is your like the best shot you're gonna have. Like, you're here now. All these things around you are just going haywire in the Eastern Conference. You have a really good situation, regardless. I think in the Eastern Conference Finals, even if you give up home court to Detroit, because they're gonna have home court if they end up winning, like. You're going to be the favorite in that series ultimately, because you have the playoff experience. You have the offense and defense just firing on all cylinders right now, and they have a chance. And this is not something you could say about a lot of different teams in the NBA right now. You legitimately have a chance. We'll see what happens out west. OKC looks like they're going to clean up the Lakers probably next game, and they might sweep themselves. And San Antonio has a chance to really put their foot on this Minnesota series if they win again. But you're in the Final Four, regardless of who else gets there. Like, you have a chance.
Wait. We missed the spot. Gotta keep sweeping here. Gotta keep sweeping. The broom
like, you're
is
in the
back out.
Final Four for back-to-back years. You have a chance to take advantage of this window. You never know what can happen in this league, and just enjoy it. Like, this is crazy to see as somebody who grew up watching Jerome James and Chris Duhon and Frank Williams.
And why these dudes catching strays?
And LeVar Postel and Michael Sweetney.
Wow.
And like Steve Francis. I could go, like, I
He's
can.
digging in the crates for these names, man.
Andre Roberson. You know what I mean? Like,
and trying to believe. But this is a team. But Jarod,
I wouldn't believe it, to be clear. I was just like, this shit ain't happening. I was smart enough to know back then, like, Jerome James is ass, bro. I remember. Like, I remember.
He's not even catch straight. He's just firing straight balls.
That was just terrible. Like, it's just, you just knew at the time. Trading your draft picks all the time.
Not having competent management.
Getting Marty Collins in the first round.
The Knicks are run so competently now.
So competently now.
Again, Knicks fans, cherish these moments. I've said this forever, Dexter, that the best place to be as a franchise is every year you win 48-plus games and you make the playoffs. Like, that is where you want to be. And in those magical years, you can actually compete for a title. That's what the Knicks have been literally the last 5 years. For the last 5 years, they made the playoffs, won 50 games the last 3 straight years, conference finals, back-to-back seasons. Replicate this stretch, and this is what you want for the duration of your life as a Knicks fan.
This is a great. This
is it.
This is a small but great era of Knicks basketball. That if it does, and we don't know how long the windows are, if it stretches longer, you will talk about this era. It's similarly to the way you talk about the 90s. And that was a great stretch of Knicks basketball from about the late 80s to the early 2000s when the Knicks made the playoffs. I forgot it was 13 or 14 consecutive years. They were championship contenders for most of those years. They went to 2 finals. You know, I know they didn't win, but that was a great era of Knicks basketball.
You need a lot of things to break right. You have to be good, number one. And things have to break right for you to win a title, right? It's a lot that goes into that. But again, Knicks fans, this is the moment right now. So this week, rest up, enjoy, soak in the moment. When I think Mike Brown said Wednesday, he'll start thinking about who they're going to play, whatever, all that. Cranking tape. I mean, no doubt he's going to be looking at tape tonight because, these coaches, they're psychos. And they get paid the big bucks to do that. But that's the mindset, right? So these guys heal up, OG heals up, and just Knicks fans get ready and get excited. And just, I've always said this, as much as New York's a baseball town, when the Knicks are good.
Yeah.
There is nothing like this city when the Knicks are good.
No.
And it's been 5 years that you guys have been good. Back-to-back conference finals with a legit shot. As Bryan said, you are the betting favorite for sure to come out of the East and represent them for the NBA Finals. What more do you want?
Yeah, well, the more that people want is the championship, and understandably so.
Yeah.
But
another sweep too.
These things,
they just want to keep sweeping.
Hey, y'all can keep your brooms out. We gonna keep the brooms ready here.
Also, help me out here, because I said Andre Roberson, not dude from the Thunder. They had a Roberson, though. They had one back in the day. Did they not?
When you said that,
light-skinned dude from Summer League. It's like 2000s, late 2000s, early 2010s.
Listen,
something like that.
that era of Knicks is firmly out of my brain. I'm like, I don't even know. I'm like, who?
We're not doing this today. Jarod just talked about the great era.
I'm just trying to be on point. I'm trying to remember.
We don't have to be on point.
It's all
we be on point. We're going to leave that past in the past. And we're going to talk about the present like the Knicks.
Y'all know who I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about, but except
it's not Andre Barrett. Don't.
No,
it's not him. Don't disrespect
Andre Barrett. Best player I ever played against in high school.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
He cook you?
Didn't cook me.
He's like, I didn't go
though. But cook some people.
I think mine might have been Tyler Harris, Tobias's brother.
Well, so there you go. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hit that like button, subscribe button. We're going to go with you guys a couple more minutes. Now, listen, I want to say this. Roster the City, you here said sign that broom and post it to me. What did I say before game one? We're sweeping Philly.
All right, man, you win that. You win that.
Listen.
You got that off?
For all of you who said that these brooms would be out, respect. Respect on that. Totally.
Even though I would love to know the basketball reasons why beforehand.
And those people, those people going to tell you, forget basketball reasons. Yeah. I said it because I felt it.
Right.
And I understand it.
And also because F Philly.
No, I'm just curious. I'm just curious.
Now, what I want to know.
Because I didn't think they were going to sweep.
This goes to a couple people. Roster in the City. East Blue Drew.
He said the dynasty started last Monday.
So the dynasty
so
started
far,
last
he's
Monday.
4 for 4.
Yeah. That doesn't give you a dynasty. But
no,
still.
but like he looked.
Are you guys willing?
Our Stephen Bondy also said Philly would be the easiest matchup for them out of everybody.
He did say that.
And he caused some shit for that, but
not looking wrong. But what I will say to people is,
proven right.
For those of you that said these brooms would come out, are you willing, before you even know the opponent, to say that the Knicks will sweep the next series?
Chill.
You're baiting them.
Chill.
Don't do
Chill.
I'm
Don't
not
do that.
baiting them.
Chill.
I'm just having a discussion. I just want to see if people are going to be froggy enough to leak.
They probably will.
That's all I'm asking. Is anybody here going to say that? Happy birthday to East Blue Drew, who got a birthday victory. East Blue, I hope you did not bet all your money on the Knicks. Maybe you did bet on the Knicks.
Nah, if he did, he's probably up now. What you mean? Like,
yeah. As East Blue Drew says here in the comments, them Phil Jackson years were PTSD.
Lou Almonson.
Yes, they were, sir.
I saw somebody mention Lou Almonson. Shout out to him. Who's dude? Harrelson, dude from Kentucky. The big pasty center. You know who I'm talking about?
I remember you talking about they drafted
Josh Harrelson.
Josh Harrelson.
Yeah.
Josh Harrelson.
Lord. Y'all had some rough teams, man.
I remember. Woo!
Now, Ross in the City says, and we talked about this, he says, not all of us Knicks fans were mad when we lost those games to the Hawks. Some of us athletes understand what refocusing means to the team. Rasta, I hate to say it, and I believe that you didn't feel that way. Because Ross is somebody who came in here with some pretty good even-keeledness towards the end of that series. Not a lot of fans expect the immediate returns.
Of course.
There's a lot of irrationality sometimes.
Well, that's what a fan is. You're irrational by nature. Like that's,
you know. I get it. Because fans are riding with the highs and the lows of the team.
Yeah, they live and die with every.
I just want people through their basketball viewing experience. What I just want for the basketball-loving community, even if you're a fan, you ride and die with your team, learn from this experience. Learn from what you're feeling right now. I understand there's a process to get to this high. This ain't some quick drug. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
This ain't some quick drug he's going to hit and be like, ooh. I feel the euphoria.
Roster, to his credit, no sweep in the next round, Knicks in 6.
Okay.
Like, I respect
See, that is a level-headed take.
Because seems like a level-headed dude.
Y'all know, like, Philly, I thought was going to be at least a little better in this series.
Philly was trash in this series. Come on, let's just be honest.
Detroit especially and Cleveland, too, like, those are very particular. I mean, those are very particular matchups that we'll have to see where everybody is.
And this isn't a knock on Nurse, but J.B. Bickerstaff, head coach of the Pistons, he's got a different kind of sort of way about him, and the Pistons aren't just going to be like, "Cool, we're getting punked." Like that.
Okay, so
that's not
a great point.
That's just not how they are.
They're going to meet the physicality.
So we talk about how Mike Brown works for this roster because of the rapport that he now has with them. And sort of understands and is empowering them. JB, I think, is a good voice for this team.
Yeah.
Because when you like the clip that went out about Ain't no way you lose a rebound to Donovan Mitchell where he's talking to Jalen Duren. I remember watching that play. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, how does Donovan Mitchell get a putback, whatever, on? And Duren was fine after that, right? Like, I know offensively he's been shaky in the playoffs, but defensively he's actually doing a pretty good job overall. Offensively, it's just no space to operate in. But, like, he's good for that roster. You know, Mike Brown's good for this roster. Kenny and the Cavs, we're still waiting to see. We both like Kenny Atkinson. I think all three of us like Kenny Atkinson very much, but that team just has some kind of issues.
Yeah, I got an Evan Mobley problem.
Pre-existing.
Yeah, actually not sure it's a Kenny Atkinson
pre-existing before him. You know what I mean? So Knicks Pistons, I think, is the most fun. Like, that has the most storylines to it.
It'll have the most beef to it. Like, literally.
Yeah, like, and I don't like. I think Cleveland could obviously like push the Knicks. But I don't see them winning that series ultimately.
They're of the two of them, though. Let's say for whatever reason, Cleveland has a hot shooting day. They're the team that offensively can reach and can also even ascend the Knicks in offense, right? Because Harden's doing his thing, Donovan off ball, Mobley, Allen inside. It's like the shooters. It's just they could cause lots of problems. So again, in a 7-game series, they have a night like the Knicks had tonight, where they make 43, whatever.
Either way, it's
losing that game.
I think the Knicks are the most balanced team of the three left.
Yes,
100%.
for sure.
Either way, like we're getting a much more captivating matchup.
Oh, I think so.
And if the Knicks whoop ass like the way that they just have been doing in that series,
and keep moving,
then
I will be shocked by that more than I'd be shocked in this series.
But
even Roster's like sweep too much.
He's
like too
chill.
Like, too
I don't
far.
think a lot of Knicks fans are going to say sweep in this next series. I mean,
somebody's going to do it. If they haven't done it already.
Eastwood Drew, what you doing, bro?
Yeah, somebody's going to do it.
What you predict?
Ross in the City said, I love how Rick Brunson checked his son JB early in the Hawks series. We saw a different JB after that viral moment. We have seen that. Now, I think some of the Knicks figured some things out, too.
Yeah,
so
sometimes people get a little too, like, oh, his dad, like, okay, maybe.
I can't
or
wait.
He just started hitting shots again. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, or the Knicks offense just played to their
capabilities. Play better,
too.
right? Yeah.
I mean, like, did I like seeing it? Sure, it's great. Teams, you want to hold accountability in teams and all that good stuff. But, you know, we'll see. Yeah. Comment here from Mo, YD8XC says, Mr. Henry, I was chatting with this UK Sixers fan on X. He was saying, quote, everyone in Manhattan and Greater New York can afford to come to Philadelphia for the game. Everyone? Well,
call it Twitter, please.
Why? What are ticket prices there? Are they cheaper than the
much
Garden?
cheaper. Yeah, much cheaper. Now here's the thing.
We're so lucky, media people. I'm like, I don't pay for tickets, so I don't know.
Right, but you're like, so I don't know anything about this. Mo, here's what I say. The person who said that to you and said everyone, I think is doing a bit much, right?
Sensationalist.
Yeah.
Probably exaggeration.
Because here's the thing. The tickets are cheaper,
but they're not
for the average New Yorker, but then how do I know what someone's financial situation can you afford to get down to Philadelphia?
There's plenty of people in New York who are like just very much trying to just get out the mud. You know what I mean? Like,
literally.
It's
right. So everyone is. If we want to talk about affordability is always relative.
Yeah.
And we know in sports and business, and I don't want to get too economical.
We can
in this country.
That's the show we really want to do.
Is not necessarily going to be about everyone being able to get to the game. Everyone cannot go to these games. Everyone cannot pull up at these games.
Yeah.
And yes, even the New Yorkers who can afford to get down to Philadelphia can go. We had he was in Show Him the Money, who's been in our comments a lot. He was in here today. Shout out to Show Him the Money. He was like, hey, I'm going down with some of my friends from college. We're carpooling together. We're going down there.
There's Knicks fans in
PA. I'm not
Poconos
saying what Show Him the Money can or can't afford, but what I'm saying is people are going to either figure out ways to do this cost effectively or not going to do it, because an Amtrak ticket still is cost paying for gas. Gas prices
parking,
are crazy.
Whatever.
Or they won't be cost effective at all, and they're just like, yo, I just have to see this.
The sad part is
like
it is more affordable than going to the game here. For not most people, for a good amount of people who can, if you can afford to even think about getting Knicks tickets here, there's a world in which you can drive to Philadelphia and go to this game.
What is the cheapest playoff ticket at MSG?
I went to a playoff game in 2023 when they played the
less
Heat.
than 4 figures?
Shout out to my boy, my best friend Anthony. He actually got me his birthday tickets because around this time we went to game 2, I believe, and I think we spent like $3 per ticket to sit in high up in the 200s.
This is more expensive than that now.
Probably. Yeah. Sure.
Man.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I went,
and also I mean,
it was a birthday gift from my homie, but still,
I think the other thing is like there's just more like Knicks fans are way more enthusiastic about the Knicks than Sixers fans are about the Sixers right now. So I think that's
this is true.
That's part of it too, especially after Game 3.
Yeah,
Because Game 4 it sounded like there were more Knicks fans in Game 4 than Game 3.
Oh yeah, you were in MSG South.
I think that's part of it too.
Couple more comments here. Slow Runner 14 says, "Let's hope the Cavs beat the Pistons. Otherwise, we're going to see a rugby match instead of basketball." That plays up to everything Bryan loves.
Oh yeah, he can't wait for that.
That means you need to familiarize yourself with some old school basketball.
You have to go back and look at some of those 90s basketball.
Forget that. Look, go back to that Pistons finals.
You
ain't wrong though. You ain't wrong
the games
though.
were 70s or 80s. I was like, ugh.
You ain't wrong though. Knicks Cavs would probably be more aesthetically pleasing if you like beautiful basketball and like passing and shooting.
Yeah,
and,
what I like. Yes.
Yeah. But if you want to see like a playoff series. If you want to see like a playoff series.
He wants to watch MMA. And by the way, there is an entire, you can watch, that's a whole sport that's MMA. But I don't want to watch that in basketball.
Brian's like, why can I get this in everything?
Have you seen what's happened to MMA over the last
No, we have not. No, we have not. Rasta says we're not.
I'm more of a boxing guy anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw Daniel Dubois knock out Fabio Wardley yesterday. Like,
see?
Did you watch that?
No, of course I didn't watch that.
It's in the UK, bro.
Of course he watched it. If Bryan could, if there
was a great fight.
If there was a sport called basketball boxing,
basketball boxing would be your jam.
You would have loved it.
No,
you would have loved. Daniel Dubois got knocked down first.
I saw the clip because
stopped it in the.
I saw.
Oh my God, it was great.
Yeah.
Fabio Wardley's mom was all concerned. His eye was fucked up. It was great. Terrible.
This dude, his mom was concerned, and that was great.
His eye was fucked up, and that's great.
Heavyweight boxing.
Do you not realize how crazy that statement is?
We got a new WBO champion.
Hold on, we got some more. Do some sweeping, man. Do some sweeping here. Roster says we're not picking our opponent; they got to pick us.
Oh my God!
Whoever we face, just know it's not going to be the same regular season Knicks. That part, I don't disagree, Roster. At all whatsoever. It's not going to be the same.
What East Blue Drew said, Bryan, let it ride. Everything on the Knicks, Con Ed, and Optimum gonna get their money when they get it.
No, hey, we don't advocate nobody putting their bill money out there.
He did though. East Blue Drew did this once before. He put his whole rent on a bet.
This comment from Kev Chada, also a friend of the show who comments frequently. Shout out to Kev. How much to get to Pistons tickets in Detroit? So we were talking about this. Because we saw Atlanta and Philly, and New Yorkers, they be out there. Like, there's been New Yorkers that moved out there. I wonder how many Knicks fans are going to be in Cleveland or in Detroit for these series.
I will say this: the flight from New York to Detroit is not long at all. It's super short.
Look, they'll find a way, but I don't think it's going to be like the way it was for the Sixers.
And Detroit did the thing last year, Jarod, if you remember,
they'll do
to
it
try
again.
to prevent the Knicks fans from getting the bill because they saw what happened in Philly and they were like, no. And shout out to Detroit because y'all got some pride in yourselves. Unlike the people down in the city of brotherly love.
The Pistons actually love their team.
Yeah. They got some pride. They're not going to let that happen. And I'll tell you who's not going to let it happen. Shout out to the homie Tarika Foster-Brasby, who sat with us here for one of the games against the Knicks Pistons, and she got to enjoy it. And she is not going to let that happen. She's going to let all the Pistons fans on Twitter to show up there at Little Caesars Arena in downtown Detroit, and she's going to make sure that doesn't happen.
Like Joe Louis Arena better, but neither here nor there.
Yeah. But it is what it is. Last time I was in Detroit, I went to, now it's probably all torn down. They've almost completely torn down. This was 3 years ago, Joe Louis Arena, and they're doing the gentrified thing you do in the city when you tear down a stadium. They're building condos.
Where the Red Wings played.
Where the Red Wings played.
Yeah.
How's the Red Wings? Red Wings a dynastic NHL team. Won themselves some cups.
And the Pistons played out in the Palace.
What's going on with the Red Wings right now? I got nothing.
So that was that.
I got nothing on the Red Wings either.
Yeah.
East Blue Drew says
great jerseys though.
Well, I'll tell you one thing real quick. The last time I was in Detroit, speaking of Red Wings, one night I think I've told you this before. I was at a Pistons game.
Detroit style pizza involved.
Pistons Bulls game, which was a terrible game at the time 3 years ago. Terrible game.
3 years ago?
3 years ago.
Oh.
Terrible game.
So this is speaking of teams who have come from shit. The Pistons were like
the
the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
3 years
ago.
ago.
Nobody in the building.
Yeah.
Nobody in the building.
Yeah.
Pistons. I was at a Pistons Bulls game, and then the next night I was at Red Wings Kraken, and in same city, same arena.
It was Kraken at the Red Wings game, wasn't it?
was cracking into Red Wings game, and the crowds could not have been more different.
Well, yes.
Oh, man.
Yes. Yeah. In more ways than one.
More ways than one. Like, not even just that there was a lot of people there for the Red Wings, how the crowd looked for the Pistons game.
One day you have Royce the 5'9" fans, the next day you have
Eminem fans. That's exactly what it was. It was like night and day. Night and day. How different the crowd was. Same city. I know the Red Wings at the time were middling team, middle of the NHL.
Oh, you said Royce the 5'9". I had Eminem fans.
Although some people may say there's an overlap with both, but you get the point, Bryan.
You get the point.
You need. I need the Kid Mero meme right now. Just
see, we got.
To be clear, I like both. I'm more of a Royce guy. I like both.
We got East.
I like older Eminem.
We got East Blue Drew in here. He's done it.
What he said?
Dynasty is active now with the Patron in the system. We Knicks in Quattro. He's predicting the sweep.
Wow. I love it.
Or is that the Patron, sir, on your birthday?
Patron, that's the Patron talking.
That's the Patron talking. Come talk to us when you're sober.
I don't know if he ever has. Let us know if we're wrong.
This is fair.
Shout out to East Blue.
Mo says I'd be sick if Harden cooked the Knicks. East Blue Juice said,
oh Lord, why we gotta go like what?
Rest. East Blue Juice said, Dex, where OKC at?
You see.
One at a time.
Y'all gotta go too far. You already calling the champs out. Where OKC at? Yo, chill.
When the Patron hits the system, ain't no telling what East Blue Drew is gonna be spitting. Because he's out here telling us where's OKC. You can't be calling out OKC.
They finna sweep the Lakers. This is what they're doing.
Maybe.
Then
one game at a time, people.
Yeah.
One game at a time.
No, they gonna sweep the Lakers. Lakers ain't got nothing for that.
Listen,
that's probably the Cancun.
It should be a fun one. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Look, it should be a fun one. We're gonna get out of here. It should be a fun one.
Yeah.
This was a fun series.
Sixers are on flights to Bora Bora right now.
Bora Bora's nice.
Bora Bora's nice. I like. You know what? We got a week off. You take a flight to Bora Bora. Y'all got me? You got me?
Yeah. Well, I'll let you know about the PJ.
You've been to Bora Bora?
No. But it looks great.
I thought Jarod was about to be like, yeah.
Even if I said that, it wouldn't surprise you, though, right? But I was like, of course I've been to Bora Bora.
What I should do is go to Europe and watch some playoff basketball. That's what I should do.
You should. Mo here says these Knicks are giving me 2007. This is the team you loved. 2007 Giants vibes. That's a team that used to be dear to your heart.
Yes, that's a listen.
Are they too good for that?
I think so.
Because the Giants were like more of an underdog.
They won 3 straight road games.
Yeah,
but keep in mind before you get too excited, that team won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay. So Knicks fans, I know you're excited, but let's slow down. You still got 2 rounds to go.
And they don't play in the game
halfway
for a
there.
week.
Halfway there.
OG has time to heal up. We should mention,
has time
obviously.
to play.
Don't know what the state of his injury is.
Do you see this question we got in the chat?
What's up?
Who's the dirtier player, SGA or
See, you see. Nah, okay, we got to go now. Nah, y'all. See?
We do have to go.
You see?
We do have to go. See, y'all do it too much. All right. This was a great series. Any final thoughts, gentlemen?
As far as content, Dex will have some things coming out, and he and I will preview the series when we know who the Knicks are playing.
Have a film breakdown for
at some point this week.
Yep.
We'll get into it.
Always a pleasure sitting in on New York Got Game with you, gentlemen.
One of our
Hope to be
favorites.
back again
Jarod,
during the conference
please.
finals. And if y'all make the NBA finals, for sure.
Yeah.
Yo, look, Knicks fans, again, remember where you were.
Facts.
Not too long ago.
Y'all remember.
Right? You were a team that what you've been doing the last 5 years, you couldn't even dream of this because it was so destitute.
Y'all remember Jason Smith?
You here now.
Stop bringing up those names.
You here now. Enjoy it, man. Enjoy it.
You remember when Wilson Chandler was going to be the future?
I mean, you see, y'all were in some dark times. Enjoy.
Yo.
You remember when Bargnani was the missing piece?
I do think the fans are enjoying. I do think they understand this. I love this. There's nothing better than New York in the springtime. You mentioned before. This is gonna be my final thoughts because Jarod, you said it, and I think you were right. I know people call this a baseball town,
and I understand because the Yankees and I get it.
Nothing is better in this city in the spring
when the Knicks are good.
It's different, yeah.
It's
different. The city has one basketball team in the NBA,
and
you know,
yes,
like one basketball team that has their roots.
I see the shade you're throwing, but yes,
no, but
right.
the Nets are from Long Island, and then Jersey, and
here's the thing. This is why I'm going to play off of that because the Knicks are the true. There's no division. It is a true team in the city. basketball in this city is a sport of immigrants. It is the sport that is the true unifier here. Because you go to a Knicks game, you're going to see everybody. You go to a Rangers game, it's the same. No shade to the Rangers. Love the Rangers. But if you see us three sitting in a row at a Rangers game, I would understand if you turn your head and be like, Joe, they supposed to be here? I understand exactly.
Hey, man, y'all lost?
Yeah. They're like, your Knicks game was
You got your dates wrong?
Yeah.
Ice is down tonight.
Yeah. Which was funny because one time I was coming out of Madison Square Garden for a different event, and there was a concert going on in Madison Square Garden, and a dude across the street who was with his girl, was white, a white guy, said to me, what concert's going on? And I told him, I do not remember the band that was playing. I do not remember the band that was playing.
Who was it?
But he was like, oh, it's a concert? Couldn't tell the difference if it was a Rangers game or not. And I was like, you said it, man, not me. I agree with you, but you said it. Anyway, with all that being said, the Knicks are the team of the city.
They are.
There's nothing like it when this team is good here in the spring. Like I said, it's a sport of people of a lot of different backgrounds.
City's been waiting for it. Y'all been waiting for it.
I have not felt last spring when we were doing these watch parties and I would step outside and I saw how crazy some of you guys were.
The paraphernalia everywhere.
I see it more now.
And I mean crazy in a good way. I remember saying to Bryan, I think I said it on this. Yes. Shout out to the person that ran up on me out their car to give me a hug after they beat Boston. A lot of you, I said to myself, oh man, this feels like 94. This feels like when I was a kid again. This feels that same kind of energy. And I'm feeling it back now, except this has got a hint of 94 with a little mix of 99. Where that belief is starting to come through with a much, to me, higher talent ceiling here.
Do you believe, Knicks fans? Do you believe?
Not to be all Mets here, but you got to believe here at this point. You're halfway through it.
Yeah.
You've shown the resiliency, you've shown the toughness. It is not going to be easy. They're going to get punched in the face again at some point. I know they have 7 wins in a row. Franchise record in the playoffs. No Knicks team has ever won 7
mostly ass
games in a row.
whoopings too.
They've had a bunch of ass whoopings, but they've had some close games where they've lost and then they've had to win. They're going to get punched in the face again.
They will.
So I think this team is built
and Detroit might literally do it if they win the
series
again.
And Bryan will get so
Bryan will be so happy.
That.
Like, yes, violence.
It's violence. But this team,
not a great boxer.
This is a good team. This is a team that can get it done. This is a team you should be excited for. You should be confident going to the next round. Is what I have to say. No matter who they play, but everything will be good. Kev Shada, you out here taking Charles Smith shots. Nobody's going to take shots against my pit brother. Not going to do that. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. I see you. You're not going to do that.
I think Charles Smith he's been on the show, right?
No, Charles Smith has not been on the show. Charles Smith is friend of the show. Charles Smith is doing great work in Zimbabwe and Africa, building homes for people.
Oh, really? Shout out to Charles Smith.
Yeah, shout out to Charles Smith. I talk to him from
awesome.
time to time, and he sends me stuff. He's been trying to get me out there.
That's a real giving back.
Because he's back and forth between two. But no. Charles Smith had a tough moment. He knows it. I've talked about this. But hail the pit.
Layup was brutal, bro.
Hail the pit. That's all I'm saying. Hail the pit. However, Knicks fans, you should feel good. I want to thank everybody in this series because we had some blowouts. We got to thank our guest, Jarod Hector from TrueHoop.
Yes.
Check him out. There's a lot of people who rocked with us in the series.
And if you like Real Madrid, follow him also.
Yeah.
Listen, we ain't doing that today. We not doing that right now. We not.
Stupid Blanco. Somebody should run around the Barnabone.
Listen, if you're an anti-Madrid person, you're happy today. They lost to Barcelona in the Clasico. Barcelona won the league back-to-back years. Listen, dark times in Madrid right now. Dark times.
Oh, they didn't win the league for 2 years.
Okay, I'm just saying, dark times, man.
Y'all don't know dark times. Y'all know dark times. Anyway, hey, you know what's not dark times for? The New York Knicks.
Correct.
They've won 7 straight games. They're headed to the Eastern Conference Finals. We don't know who they're going to play. A lot of good content, as Bryan said, coming your way this week. We'll have a really good interview tomorrow with a special guest that I think a lot of people are going to like. We'll have some other stuff. We'll talk about the series coming up. We will preview the series with a film breakdown. Jarod might be back to give y'all some truths because he gave y'all some truths before the playoffs started. So we might have to have him back to give you some more. But that's going to do it for us on this post-game show. We got some other things to do here in the studio.
Yep.
I'll tell you what we don't have to do, cleaning, because we got the brooms out.
Sweet.
So we swept up already. We don't got to clean. Get your brooms, get your street sweepers out, send those folks back to Philly. Knicks 1-4. Fantastic day for the Knicks fans. For Bryan Fonseca and Jarod Hector, I'm Dexter Henry. We'll catch you next time on another edition of New York Got Game. Peace.
And thanks for watching New York Got Game. Boom shakalaka.